Tonight at 5, as lawmakers prepare for a special session on child care, we're hearing which issues local communities are most concerned about.
Plus an update on funding for Madison's new public market, why its future could be uncertain.
You're watching News 3 now at 5. Wisconsin in the midst of a child care shortage, one of the issues most top of mind now for state lawmakers.
So much so, in fact, that they're holding a special session tomorrow to tackle the issue. Ahead of that vote, political reporter Will Keneally takes us inside a child care center in rural Richland County.
We've seen childcare deserts around the state, but in places here like Richland County, where providers can be few and far between, those deserts can become childcare Saharas. So we visited inside a childcare center just north of Richland Center to see how these rural facilities are keeping up with demand.
It's the lack of options nearby. Involves more of that small town resilience. The average distance that people in rural communities drive is at least 10 to 20 miles to find access to care, let alone to quality care. And so you have that challenge already, and so the need becomes more pointed.
And this is as we are looking ahead to tomorrow, where the legislature will meet for a special session called by the governor on the issue of childcare. But what do those childcare providers need from those officials up at the Capitol? We'll have more on that coming up tonight at 6. Reporting from Richland County, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Will. The skies are much clearer than they were this morning. How much rain did we get? Meteorologist Jacob Montesano is on the weather patio with the answer. Hi, Jacob.
Hi, Susan. It's very nice to finally have you back, but we definitely saw some much needed rainfall earlier this morning. A lot of the area from Madison and southward, as well as just kind of that central line and places to the south, had around a ½ inch to a full inch of rainfall. Areas off to the north didn't quite see as much. Now, right now, here's a look at the current radar. It is very clear, but there is some rain just to the south of our area across Iowa, and the rain in Illinois, which impacted the area earlier, has kind of dissipated. Still some light showers impacting that region. As we go throughout the night, for the most part, we are going to be dry. There is a chance of some showers, especially in the southern portion of our area near the border of Illinois, but a lot of the area tonight will remain dry, especially if you are in the central portion of the state. Now, looking at the current temperatures, 69 right now in Madison, 70s off to the west, certainly very comfortable at this hour, and the clouds have broke a little bit throughout the afternoon, and we are seeing a good amount of sunshine across the region. Throughout the evening hours, we're going to see temperatures pretty pleasant, maybe a bit chilly as we head towards the later evening, but lows tonight are going to be fairly mild compared to average, with lows only around 60. Now, the temperatures for the evening will likely be in the middle 60s, but we also are going to see the clouds increase again as we do have that slight chance of rain into tomorrow morning. But we do have a lot more threats of rain later in the week and the beginning of next week. I'll talk more in detail about that coming up later in the show.
All right, Jacob, thank you. A Florida man was arrested in Platteville after Grant County officials say he stabbed another man. Investigators say the two got into an argument. This was in the 5500 block of Southwest Road. That's when they say the suspect stabbed and cut the victim multiple times. The 45-year-old was arrested, but he hasn't been formally charged. Officers haven't yet shared any updates on the condition of the victim. Today, we are reflecting on the Paradigm workplace shooting.
5 years ago today, more than 600 first responders raced to the Middleton office after shots were reported inside the building.
A shootout ensued once officers reached the gunman. He was killed. Kyle Pazorski is live now in Middleton with what has changed for emergency response since then. Kyle?
Eric and Susan, people I spoke with today from Dane County Emergency Response and Sheriff's Office tell me that what's changed is greater partnership in the community.
Partnerships, more partnerships.
Carrie Meyer from Dane County Emergency Management Team tells me that change since the Paradigm shooting has come in many ways.
So now we have a team that can quickly deploy to a situation.
Changes in communication and training, all made after assessing what went well and what didn't, the day many will not forget. Emergency management has now worked with partners throughout Dane County, updating procedures and learning from other agencies throughout the country, all to ensure events like this never end in death.
By actually doing the exercising, we're able to understand each other's roles more and figure out how we integrate together better.
It's the conversations about communication within a building. How do people in that building know
if there's a threat.
Jocelyn Longley, a Dane County deputy and emergency preparedness coordinator, says businesses took the events of September 19th, 2018 seriously, taking action the same day.
We were asking people to come in and train them. After Paradigm, we had about 35 requests for active threat training in businesses that evening.
Longley and Meyer agreed that more work can be done, but say the way Dane County responded helped save lives that day and are confident the same will happen if anything happens again.
In my opinion, we've all, we saw it happen right here in our community, and we recognize that this isn't just about public safety, but it's our entire community stepping in and helping one another.
4 people were injured on that day in 2018. The only fatality was the gunman. And while any shooting is bad, they tell me that any type of bright spot was what they learned and put in place since. Reporting in Middleton, Kyle Pzorski, News 3 Now.
Kyle, thank you. New at 5, a warning from the Department of Transportation. Officials say drivers should be mindful of farm vehicles on the roads as harvest season begins. Over the past few years, more than 2,000 crashes involving farm vehicles were reported across the state. Last year alone, there were 134, accounting for 50 injuries and 2 deaths. The DOT says drivers should slow down if they see a slow-moving farm vehicle and be careful when passing. Farmers can also protect themselves by following lighting requirements and staying as far to the right of the road as possible. Well, Madison has been trying to find a home for the public market for well over a decade.
And even after hosting that open house last week, the future of the public market remains up in the air. Jalen Banks joins us now with the next steps here. Jalen?
The project was recently put out for bids, and the numbers the city got back were higher than they expected. As of July, the estimated budget for the project was $12.5 million, but the lowest bid came back and was still $1.6 million more than that. That means the city will have to approve that higher expense, but the engineering department says this is all a part of the process.
I don't think it's fair to say we're concerned. I think we have to go through the process. So that's standard in construction. I think a project of this magnitude will take some time to make sure that we get the funding in the right places and make sure we're being as lean as we can in some areas and work through it.
This means more meetings for the public market project, and those meetings will be held in coming weeks, including potential meetings on October 4th, 5th, 9th, and 17th. Tonight at 6, we'll hear from one potential vendor on what the public market would mean to them and their business.
Jalen, thank you. And new at 5, the Dane County Board will consider 3 people appointed to fill vacancies on the board. That consideration coming later this week. Jay Brower will represent District 13, including a large part of the UW campus. Chad Kemp will represent District 32. That includes much of the Verona area. And Stephen Peters will represent District 9, including Madison's far west side. If approved, the 3 will serve through the end of the 2022-2024 term. On this National Voter Registration Day, the city of Beloit encouraging the community to do just that. Officials say more than 27,000 people in Beloit are eligible to vote, but only about 15,000 are actually registered. So that means about 45% are not registered.
It's just basically of keeping your information up to date and current, so when you go to the polls, all you have to do is show your picture ID and you will be allowed to vote.
You can register in person at the Beloit Public Library until 6 tonight. Otherwise, you can always register anytime online at myvote.wi.gov or in person on Election Day next spring. Just be sure to have your proof of residency and a valid ID.
With a recent rise in sexual assaults across southern Wisconsin, today Attorney General Josh Kaul and lawmakers announced new recommendations for how communities respond to incidents. Sexual assault response teams, or SARTs, already exist at local and state levels. They provide several services to victims of sexual assault. The new recommendations recognize there may be a difference between obtaining a criminal conviction and what the victims define as having achieved justice.
A victim-centered approach, which is the approach that we take at DOJ and support throughout the state, prioritizes the safety, privacy, self-determination, and well-being of survivors. It acknowledges that justice is served and only served when victims are listened to, believed, taken seriously, and their input into the criminal justice system is valued and respected.
The recommendations are meant to provide a roadmap to ensure a consistent victim-centered response to sexual assault, resulting in a safer Wisconsin for all.
Michigan State University says it is intending to fire its head football coach. Mel Tucker was suspended without pay earlier this month amid an investigation into sexual harassment allegations. With the university's notice, he now has 7 days to provide reasons why he should not be terminated. University started investigating Tucker back in December. A report said Tucker was accused of having non-consensual phone sex with a woman who counseled the football team about relationship violence. Tucker has said his relationship with the woman was mutual and denies any wrongdoing. Tucker played for the Badgers in the mid-90s. He's now in his 4th season as the MSU head coach.
President Biden called out Russia's war with Ukraine as a blatant violation of the UN Charter as he addressed the United Nations General Assembly today. The president also outlined the United States' vision to solve other global challenges, including climate change. China, Russia, France and Britain all decided to skip the event this year. Their absence comes as Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky made his first in-person visit to the global gathering since Russia's invasion began. He warned the aggression won't end with Ukraine.
Let unity decide everything openly. While Russia is pushing the world to the final war, Ukraine is doing everything to ensure that after Russian aggression, no one in the world will dare to attack any nation.
Zelensky is set to visit the White House and Capitol Hill Thursday as Congress weighs Biden's request for an additional $24 billion in aid for Ukraine.
Next at 5, Jacob has our complete forecast.
Plus, you can now get the latest COVID-19 vaccination. We'll tell you why health experts are urging communities to make an appointment as soon as possible.
Red numbers across the board. The Dow falls more than 106 points. The NASDAQ loses 32. S&P 500 down almost 10. And we'll be right back.
Construction invites you to usher in the fall season with our exclusive fall sale. We're talking about savings of 23%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 4 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Get on board for our fall savings. Save 23% off gutters with any full roofing project. Schedule your consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
When it's time to remodel your home, lean on the experts at Brothers Maine for all things appliances. As Madison and Janesville's local appliance authority since 1938, our experienced staff will make your project easy from concept to completion. Better than big box, Brothers Maine has a larger selection, lower prices, and professional advice to bring your vision to life. On time and on budget. From sales to install, we do it all. Feel great about your purchases and feel like family at Brothers Maine.
There's nothing better than a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhoffels. And right now, save up to $700 on adjustable base sets. Plus, get $300 in Steinhoffels cash. Tempur-Pedic queen mattresses start at just $42 per month when you use Steinhoffels 72-month financing. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are designed to make aches and pains a thing of the past by relieving pressure points and supporting the body as no other mattress can. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com.
We're cranking up the voltage, Wisconsin. Lottery retailers all around the state are lighting up with the latest limited time offer. During September, there is a 1 in 3 chance the lightning ball strikes a set of 2 plays on Megabucks. When it does, players get an extra number, which means better odds of winning a prize. Jackpot not included. This electric offer is only available for a limited time and only at Wisconsin lottery retailers.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Check out our lighting showroom and update your home with a new look. Patriot Lighting is available in so many unique styles and finishes, you're sure to find a look that's right for you. With more than 300 stock lights priced under $100. Pick up this Sage Indoor Wall Light for $19.97 after 11% rebate. Visit our lighting showroom or check out all our lighting options on Menards.com.
Save big money at Menards.
Tonight on News 3 Now, Will Keneally dives deep into what rural child care looks like and its struggles.
Ahead of the special session, we'll examine current practices and what needs to be done at the Capitol ahead of tomorrow's meeting. That's tonight at 6.
News 3 Now's Call for Action has settled hundreds of area consumer disputes, but we can't do it without our dedicated team of volunteers. Would you like to join us? Contact Call for Action by phone or visit channel3000.com to fill out an application. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
A new study found chemical hair straightening products more than 4 times a year was associated with a higher risk of developing uterine cancer. The study also raised the concern of increasing health disparities, finding that Black women used chemical hair straighteners more often than women of other races and ethnicities. About 60% of women who reported having their hair straightened in the previous 12 months were Black. The most common symptom of uterine cancer is vaginal bleeding after menopause. So if you experience that, doctors say call your healthcare provider immediately. Well, updated COVID-19 vaccines are now available.
These new shots come as cases and hospitalizations are increasing and the respiratory virus season is picking up. Stephanie Stahl now has more.
Gigi Wah is first in line at Walgreens in Manhasset, New York, to get the updated COVID-19 vaccine.
I heard the COVID is peaking again.
The 48-year-old also opted for additional protection in her other arm, receiving her flu shot.
I don't want to get COVID. I certainly don't want to get the flu, so I'm getting both.
Updated COVID-19 vaccines are rolling out as cases and hospitalizations continue to increase. The latest CDC data shows more than 20,000 hospital admissions for COVID-19 in the first week of September. That's up 7.7% from the previous week.
We've started our respiratory illness season, and we are so busy trying to protect our neighborhood and our patients.
The CDC expects the total number of hospitalizations this year from COVID, flu, and RSV to be similar to last year, higher than levels before the pandemic. For the first time, vaccines for all 3 of the major respiratory viruses are available this fall.
One vaccine in each arm.
Pharmacy manager Helen Mazer reminds patients they can get more than one vaccine at their visit.
Not only will it save you time, but it takes 2 weeks for the vaccines to start working. So you'll be fully covered by the time the season really hits.
At 60 years old, it's recommended Ziba Rahman get the new RSV vaccine.
I have elderly parents. I have people who are immune compromised in my family, and I don't want to bring home anything.
She also got her flu shot to do everything she can to keep herself and her loved ones healthy this winter. Stephanie Stahl, CBS News.
I just want to...
And those COVID-19 shots will be covered for most people through private insurance. The uninsured can receive the latest vaccine free of charge under the new Federal Bridge Access Program. Meteorologist Jacob Madison now with your complete forecast. Jacob?
Thanks, Eric. Here are the 3 things you need to know as we head into the rest of the week. We have a chance of showers late tonight, and that will continue for the early portions of tomorrow. And temperatures are going to be a little bit warm the next couple of days with highs in the upper 70s, possibly lower 80s for some. But beyond the warm temperatures, we do have several rounds of rain to end this week and begin next week. So let me take you through Futurecast because, as I mentioned, there are several rounds of rainfall. Right now, very clear. We have that slight chance tonight, but I want to start late Thursday. This will be the first kind of widespread round of rain that will move into the area late Thursday into Friday. And it looks like that chance of rain will continue throughout the day on Friday before it clears out by the evening, before a possible another round of rain enters our area later in the night and into early Saturday. Now, it also looks like by the time we get to Saturday afternoon, much of our area will be dry. Now, Saturday evening into Sunday is kind of a big question mark because there's a lot of rain expected just to our west across Iowa and Minnesota, and some models have been pushing this rain into our area, and sometimes they kind of push it back. So it's been kind of going back and forth between if the heavy rain will stay out in Iowa or if it will move back into our area. Now, that's for Saturday night, because by the time we get to Sunday, we have a better chance of rain as it moves a little bit closer into our area. But by the time we get to Sunday, the rain won't be quite as heavy as it will be during Saturday evening. And this system will kind of just hang out across our area for Monday and possibly early Tuesday as well. So in general, we're going to see a lot of on and off rainfall over the next 7 days. But unfortunately, the heaviest will stay off to our west across Iowa, where some areas could see well over 2 inches by this time next week. Our area, you know, it's still a bit unclear how the system will form, but the further west you're located, the heavier rain you will see. Now, as far as temperatures tonight, we are going to be a little bit mild compared to the average low, with lows around 60. And tomorrow is going to be pretty warm as well, despite seeing quite a bit of cloud cover. We'll see high temperatures right around 80 degrees for a lot of our area. Moving into Thursday, we're going to continue to see kind of warm temperatures, a little bit cooler Thursday compared to tomorrow, with highs in the mid-70s. But for Friday and Saturday, we'll be back in the upper 70s with a good chance of rain. So as I mentioned, we do have several rounds of rain, and despite it showing rainfall from Friday through Monday, there will definitely be breaks from the rain, especially it does look like Saturday afternoon will be a break from the rain, but we do have the chance for rain early Saturday and then later in the day Saturday. So a lot of potential rainfall, and still a lot can change, so definitely stay updated as we get closer to other rainfalls. Now, as far as your first warn traffic goes, not much going on at this hour, you know, beyond the typical slowdowns. There's some slowdowns on the 151 going to and from Verona, but the good news is that the rest of Madison, specifically the Beltline, looking pretty good. Interstate's also good. This includes if you go south to Janesville and also up north towards the Dells. So that's your first warn traffic. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, Jacob. Thank you. Prices at the pump historically drop a bit after Labor Day and the end of summer driving season, but that has not been the case this year. Gas prices rose to $3.88 a gallon nationally on Monday. That's according to AAA. That's the highest we've seen in the U.S. this year, largely due to oil prices pushing past $92 a barrel. In 11 states now, gas is more than $4 a gallon.
I should go buy a lottery ticket. It's like $95 even. Yeah, on the dot. So, but yeah, I'm probably gonna need to win the lottery after like paying for this gas.
Well, Madison for now is below that national average at $3.64 a gallon. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told CNBC Monday she expects energy prices to stabilize soon.
Well, still to come tonight at 5, the risks and opportunities of artificial intelligence, how lawmakers are seeking ways to minimize potential dangers. We'll have that story after the break.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $750 cash allowance on this Silverado. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Are you sweating over high energy bills? Windows drafty or broken? Champion is here to help. With our 70th anniversary sale, buy 2 windows, get 2 free.
At Champion, we design new windows specific to your home's needs. Then they are built in our very own factory, installed by a team of professionals, and guaranteed for a lifetime by our best-in-class warranty.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free. Call or go online to book your free estimate at getchampionwindows.com.
The 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline is here and ready to help. Anyone in Wisconsin can call, text, or chat to get connected to a trained 988 counselor. Trained counselors are here to support anyone experiencing a suicidal, mental health, or substance use crisis. You can also contact 988 if you're concerned about someone. 988 is confidential and free to all Wisconsin residents. 988 24/7. Call, text, chat. Here to support you.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. It's fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Want it? Here's the number.
Call 833-784-4999 to get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Spectrum Internet delivers the fastest download speeds in the nation.
Which helps me run all of this easily. Kids checkups? Scheduled. Work? Bust. Treat dispenser? Treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer. Work.
Switch to Spectrum One. 300 megabit internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced security.
Spectrum One. Gets it done.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-784-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or stop by a store today.
Wisconsinites elected Justice Janet Protasewicz to protect our democracy. Now some extremist Republicans are threatening to unconstitutionally impeach her before she even rules on a case. To overturn an election Wisconsinites already decided, instead of fixing issues voters care about. Radical Republicans want to overturn elections and ignore what really matters. Tell your state legislator to respect Wisconsin voters and oppose this unconstitutional impeachment.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Today, lawmakers look at the risks and benefits of artificial intelligence on our national security.
Senators holding an intelligence hearing today seeking more ways to minimize potential dangers. Mike Valerio has more from both Silicon Valley and on Capitol Hill.
From Silicon Valley to the Senate.
We must equally grapple with the disruptions, ethical dilemmas, and potential dangers of this technology.
Experts described the need to regulate AI so that the breathtaking speed and breadth of tasks AI can perform helps, not harms, national security.
In the 21st century, the general or spy who doesn't have a model by their side is basically as helpless as a blind man in a bar fight.
Even President Biden at the UN General Assembly today, speaking of a need
to make sure we govern this technology, not the other way around, having it govern us.
The Pentagon's chief digital and AI officer told the House last week AI should not be viewed as an all-encompassing solution or a fearful spring of problems.
It is very important to remember that AI is neither a panacea nor a Pandora's box. And if we think about it that way, we're not thinking about it correctly and we're not going to be able to tackle the problem.
But what we've seen so far from Washington is trouble identifying which AI risks need to be regulated, largely because AI's capabilities are constantly changing.
AI's risks are broad because its applications are so broad, and these risks range from risks related to fraud and information integrity. They include risks related to safety and security.
I'm Mike Valerio reporting.
And we'll be right back with a final check of your First Warn forecast.
Gear Up for Fall is on now at Sloan Implement. Get your John Deere Z500 series with 0% for 60 months or 1.9% for 48 months on Z700s.
Power up with Sloan's.
How will you mow? Find out today at Sloan's.
Elevate your savings at the Century House. Right now, buy stressless recliners, sofas, and office chairs and earn up to $1,500 credit toward the purchase of additional stressless furniture. Or receive $400 off the purchase of any stressless signature base or cross-base recliner and ottoman. Don't wait. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Allergies aren't fun for anyone, especially when they work their way into your home. A professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer can dramatically improve indoor air quality and significantly reduce indoor allergens. Installing our whole home purification system Restore will even help prevent the spread of airborne viruses and bacteria. If you want to significantly reduce allergy triggers in your home, call or go online to book a free inspection today.
Mark, a little help here?
Keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Whoa. Hey, I'm not a beekeeper, but I can replace these windows fast.
Feldco will be here for your home renewal needs. Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free, plus no interest until 2025. And we'll get it done Feldco fast.
Buy one window, get one free, and soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Wish you had help getting things done. Same. So I got Spectrum One. It's fast internet, unlimited mobile, and advanced Wi-Fi, all for a great price. Spectrum helps me run all this easily. Work, bust. Treat dispenser, treating. And since I'm always on this, unlimited mobile is a no-brainer.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month plus advanced Wi-Fi and your first line of unlimited mobile free for 12 months. Call 833-802-4999 or visit Spectrum.com today. Just look at him.
State-of-the-art Honda hybrids, making ecological art out of any conditions they encounter. Rugged, dependable, stylish performance with fuel efficiency and low emissions that'll make a tree hugger blush. What's this phenomenon you're witnessing? It's the future, today. Electrified driving built for Wisconsin. Get your Honda hybrid now at your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Run with Sloan's on a John Deere X350, built for taking it easy. Get yours for $83 per month with 0% for 36 months. That's a big deal. Get a John Deere now and
power up at Sloan's.
Think Sloan's first.
We've got a lot of news to cover tonight. Part 2 of our exclusive reporting on Mexican gun smuggling. A look tonight at Project Thor, the U.S. government initiative trying to stop the flow of U.S. military-grade weapons to the drug cartels in Mexico. That's tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Then tonight at 6, why some state lawmakers are working to change Wisconsin's skateboarding laws. We'll have that story and more tonight at 6.
Jacob's back. Final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we got a lot of chances of rain coming up. Here's a look at the rain chances over the next 7 days. You can see the percentages on the right side of the screen, and usually when we get to 20%, that's when it's, you know, I wouldn't say a good chance of rain, but the chance of rain will be there, and pretty much outside of Wednesday night, we could see some rain at any given time. The best chance of rain, though, does look to be Friday and Friday night, as well as Saturday night and Sunday. I also want to point out we are looking at a possible severe weather threat late Saturday, so we got to keep an eye on that.
All right, Jacob, thanks. We're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.